We are going to talk about the movement to civilization. This tool right here, you might be surprised to find out that this tool is going to be used to grind grain. And this was a very, very big idea back in the day. When we're talking about the hunters and gatherers, they needed these tools. They eventually developed these tools, and they were able to use these tools to start coming up with cool farming techniques. So when they were able to come up with these new farming techniques, they were able to grow bigger. So the one thing that helped them, the biggest thing that helped them was irrigation. And irrigation was a way to dig these canals into the ground and then all the way to the water source of some sort. And in the Fertile Crescent, it was the Tigris and Euphrates River. Um, they would dig these canals and from the river, and it would provide water for the crops, so you didn't have to spend the whole day walking back and forth to the river. When they did this, it created surplus. Surplus is going to be extra food above and beyond what is needed to feed the population. So if you have more food, more people can eat. More people can eat. More people can be provided for in these cities. So we start out here all the way on the left-hand side, right after hunters and gatherers. There's the early farming societies, and then they improved their method, especially with irrigation. Then they moved on to when they came up with these methods, it created surplus. And when you have more food, you have to have, when you have more food, your population grows. These people need something to do besides farming, so they have specialized jobs, and it creates permanent settlements, which lead to cities. To help the city run smooth, each person had to have a job, so we have chisel workers and gem cutters and clothes makers, metal workers and carpenters, leather workers. So in a city, there were four things they all had in common. They had these specialized workers. Everybody had a job. They had to trade with people near and far, and there had to be some people that were richer and some people that were poorer. Otherwise, everybody was on the same level. And finally, they had to have leadership. If they didn't have leadership, they didn't know what was going on. So these four things lead to civilization, which is very, very similar to the cities. These have five things in common. So they had the stable food supply. They knew where their food was coming from. They had the specialization of labor. They knew that each person had a job and knew what it was. They had the government. There were social levels, the richers and the poors. And then they had to have some sort of culture that would include art, architecture, religion, music, and laws.